Hey, kids. You ready for some colonial-style fun?
Today, lad, we'll be learning about the Revolutionary War. We'll give you the basic information, that stuff on that sheet of paper you don't really care about.
So pay attention to our little skit, and well, here it is.
In 1620, we came to the New World, a.k.a. America. Many others came to America to flee religious let's sound it out, kids. Persecution. Many also came to start a new life. Most came from England, so that would have to make them colonists. English colonists, right?
In the South, the colonies had plantations that grew rice, tobacco, and indigo. In the North, colonies relied on the seas because of poor soil and a harsh climate. There was no aristocracy in America, as colonists had no king.
Everything produced in the American colonies was helped the British industry and trade. A duty is another word for a tax, and the English like this word. The poor farmers had to pay high taxes to the English.
The English passed the Navigation Act, which proclaimed that colonists could only trade certain goods to England. Smuggling rose, the economy strengthened, and a strong shipping industry also formed as a result of the acts.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Revolutionary War some more. Hey, is that good?
Yeah, it was great. Good job. Hey, young kids in TV land, have you ever wanted to own your own musket? Well, here's your chance. The Colonial Favorite is now on sale in most general stores. Also, for ammo, you can buy our one-hole musket ball, which comes in an individually sealed packet for easy opening action. We'll go straight to the battlefield to see how this guy's musket is working out for him.
Die, English scum!
As you can see, all soldiers were equipped with a standard musket, and oftentimes with a knife or sword. After firing each round, powder was inserted into the barrel, and a long rod compacted the musket ball down.
Oh no, I'm out of ammo. Luckily, I got my one-of-a-kind, individually sealed, easy access ball. Oh!
Well, now you know a little bit more about Revolutionary War soldier equipment now. Buy our musket balls.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you a little bit about the government before the war started.
Governors managed colonies and appointed judges and officials. Our governor is Mike Easley.
Assemblies were run by men who owned property and paid taxes. However, conflicts arose between governors and assemblies over money. In 1754, the French-Indian War started. It was fought between the English and French, as well as Native American allies fighting on both sides. The war was fought over land in America. You see anyone? No, wait. There's one. Run, Frenchie! Ha 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 ha!
The British won and kept all of France's territory in Canada. However, the cost of fighting such a war and defending its new territories led the British to heavily taxing the colonists.
The Stamp Act was a direct tax, which was automatically paid straight to the government and was enforced on all paper products like playing cards, newspaper, and toilet paper.
I don't think they had toilet paper back then. Didn't they just use leaves?
They did. They did use toilet paper.
Colonists soon after refused to buy British goods, also known as a boycott. Hello, would you like to buy some British bread, Opie?
No!
Colonists soon after began using the popular phrase, no taxation without representation.
The Declaratory Act said that colonists can't pass laws governing in their own colonies. And that just ain't fair. There was also another tax that was on tea, glass, and lead.
In the Boston Massacre, in Boston, British soldiers fired into a large crowd of American colonists. 5 colonists were killed after they threw snowballs at the British troops. In the Boston Tea Party, a group calling themselves the Sons of Liberty dressed up like Native Americans and dumped British tea into Boston Harbor.
The Intolerable Acts punished the colonists by forcing them to house British soldiers.
Mary Beth, this is all we have left. 4 coins. I mean, this is all we have enough for dinner.
Hello, hello.
I'm the Taxman, and I've come for your money.
Not the Taxman!
Blimey, it's a bloody colonist!
Please, Mr. Taxman, don't take my money. This is all I have left for dinner. I have a family, a wife, and 8 kids.
I'm sorry, you say this like a cat.
Wait, I do have this sock.
What in bloody hell is this? I don't want a sock. Damn colonist!
Oh! No. My beard! Fun! Take my money.
Thank you. And now for the tax.
Wait, you can't do that.
I can do anything I want. I'm Taxman.
Not the Taxman!
The First Continental Congress met with a delegate from each of the 13 colonies.
Ow! Now, kiddies, we've got to the good part. We're going to tell you about the war, finally.
On April 19, 1776, General Thomas Gage attacked colonist weapons in Concord. The colonists won the battle, losing only 100 men, while the British lost 300. It was a humiliating defeat for the British. I'm humiliated!
The Second Continental Congress met in Philadelphia and named George Washington as their military leader.
He was our first president.
He's my hero.
The Olive Branch petition was a last-minute attempt for peace by the colonists, but it was rejected by the British.
Thomas Paine's pamphlet, A Common Sense, urged colonists to separate from Britain. Thomas Jefferson was the main author of the Declaration of Independence, and that listed the colonists' basic rights. The Declaration of Independence was signed and adopted on July 4th, 1776. Also during the war, Americans used guerrilla tactics.
The French gave guns and ammo to the Americans, but didn't actually fight in the war until an American victory seemed certain. The turning point of the war was in October 1777, when the Americans defeated the British at Saratoga.
Spain also joined America 2 years later.
The war ended in August 1781, when the British surrendered at Yorktown.
Yeah, word up, homie. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Dog G.
Hey, come on out. You're surrendered.
No.
Come on out. We got you surrendered.
No.
I've got candy.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah!
The U.S. was first a confederation, or a group of loosely connected independent states. The Articles of Confederation were not economically stable, so it couldn't enforce the laws. And in 1987, the Constitution was drawn up and divided the government into 3 branches: executive, judicial, and legislative.
Whoosh. One of Congress's first acts was adding a Bill of Rights.
Well, kids, it's time to say goodbye.
We're coming to an end.
And hopefully, you won't
We'll never
ever see
see
this
the show
show
again.
again. The end.